we are going to kind of uncover and discover what me time is going to be and what it is and what it is not. So I'm going to start with a very simple question to all of you. So imagine if you had 1 extra hour today. So instead of 24 hours, what if today had 25 hours and that last 1 hour was all for yourself, right? Nobody to disturb you, no distractions, no obligations, just free from all responsibilities and no guilt. So what would you do for yourself for that 1 hour? Okay, listen to soothing music, wonderful exercise, meditation. We're all getting on the same page here. Walk, that's nice. That's nice. Read a book, cycling, gym. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And gymming, working on personal projects. I see it's all coming. It's all coming. You guys are waiting for that, wishing that we had 1 extra hour today, right? Listening to music, gardening, relaxing, playing badminton. See, there's so much that we want to do for ourselves, isn't it? No? So let's keep everything aside for, say, about for 60 seconds. If you all can just sit back, relax, and close your eyes. Okay? Gently close your eyes and simply visualize your ideal me time. Visualize that ideal 1 hour, 1 extra hour. What if you were living that right now in your mind's eye? For the next few seconds, in your mind's eye, imagine your ideal me time. Where are you right now? What place are you in? And what are you feeling? Spending time with yourself. That ideal time that you've been waiting for. And experience that with all of your thoughts and feelings and emotions. Take a nice breath in and breathe out. And now gently open your eyes. So were you all visualizing what your ideal me time would be? You're getting sleep. Okay, the session is meant to be relaxing. So what did it feel? What did you feel when you were visualizing that you had this time just for yourself and you were doing it, you were having your ideal me time and you were experiencing it? Peace. Very nice. Blissful, relaxed. Absolutely. Refreshing. I was enjoying the feelings. Very nice. Wonderful. Refreshing. And this itself, the fact that you felt so relaxed, refreshed, you were enjoying that feeling, you were enjoying that. This wasn't even 60 seconds, probably 30 seconds of it. You know, this itself is a window to your me time. Even the smallest visualization, the smallest break that we took just to visualize something good and feel good about it is the time that you gave to yourself. Right? Wonderful. Now, let's talk about what me time is. So I'll start with what me time is not. Many of us, after a long day's work, we go home or we wrap up work and we think, okay, I'm going to take a break now. I'm going to spend some time with myself. And what do? We get on Netflix, we get on Insta, maybe YouTube. So me time is not binge watching. Me time is not binge eating, right? It is not finishing up all the chores, running errands. It is not trying to appease anybody, to do something and please somebody. Yes. Because none of these things is actually recharging us, right? It drains us. What we think is rest may not really be rest for us at all. Then what is me time? So, me time is that personal time that you dedicate for yourself, which is intentional because you want to do it. Something that is nourishing. Something does not make you feel guilty that you're sacrificing your or you're giving up. You have to give up the responsibilities to do so. Something that gives you joy and something that is rejuvenating you every moment you're doing it. Right? And me time is not something that, I'm not saying take a long holiday, take days off, it doesn't have to be something very big and exorbitant. So it can be anywhere from 2 minutes to 30 minutes or an hour long or more. It's up to you. So the same impact of rejuvenation and nourishment, you can get it with just 2 minutes, right? And it is something that can charge you, or I would say rejuvenate you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, across all our dimensions. So that's me time. All right. Now, coming. So, so this is a very small activity that I'm going to do here. I'm going to do a small demonstration. And then after that, we'll kind of reflect on it. Okay, so for a moment, I'm going to stop sharing the screen so that you can get a good view of the activity that I'm doing. Okay, now, okay. Can you all see the two glasses that I'm holding? Yes? Okay, great. All right, so let's do the small activity. It's a small demonstration. So imagine the one with the red tag is you. This glass, this is you. And this glass here, the other glass, is everything that's in your life. So this could be your job, your goals, your aspirations. This could be the responsibilities that you carry, your family, parents, children, partner, friends, your whole social life. And now when all the other things in your life, when they need attention, and you need to give that attention. But in order to give that attention, if your cup is empty, is there anything that you can pour into it? No, right? In order to give attention to all the other aspects in our life, our cup has to be full. It has to be full with attention. It has to be full with energy. It has to be full with awareness. If an empty cup is burnout, it drains us. It leaves us very depleted and empty. So, in order to do that, all we have to do is we have to pause for a moment, keep that cup down, and take some water. And now I'm going to refill this water. I'm going to refill this glass with water. This is attention. Now, do you see there's water here? There is energy in this glass. There is energy inside of you. With this energy, you can give attention to your work, to all your goals and aspirations, to people in your life, and fulfill all the responsibilities. And whenever this cup gets empty, what do? We are going to take a pause and we are just going to repeat that process of filling that cup, of filling the glass with water, right? So when your cup is full, you have all the energy, motivation, enthusiasm to be there for yourself and also to the world around you. And the whole process of filling this glass, of filling this cup, is called as me time. Do we relate to this? Doesn't it look so simple when I'm filling up a glass? Yeah. And it can be simple too when we start applying it in our lives. What can I do when I feel disconnected from myself? Yes, we will come to that. We will come to that. And the next set of activities that we'll do, it will help you foster that connection. So I'm going to take a moment and share my screen back. All right. So can you all see the screen? Okay. So I'm going to pause our conversation here and I want to ask you this question. Folks, what fills your cup? What can you do to fill your cup, to fill your life with energy? And feel free to share in the chat box anything that's on your mind. All right. Now, so why is me time or taking care of ourselves, why is it so important? The first and the most important impact it makes on us is emotional health, our emotional regulation. Because when we are taking breaks and constantly taking care of ourselves, we are not getting exhausted. We are not depleting ourselves with that energy, right? We are increasing the energy inside of us. So there is always better emotional regulation, which means that if there is a situation, if there is a challenge which is difficult in life, I will respond and I will not react. Second thing is the clarity of mind. Because we are constantly recharging ourselves, we are better at our performance as well. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Chaitra, sorry. Yes. So we are having better clarity and better focus and create. You know, the best of the innovations and creativity have always come out of a very relaxed mind. So when you're giving yourself small, short bursts of rest and relaxation, our mind enhances towards creativity. Stress management. Did you know that stress and anxiety is the new epidemic of the digital age? We don't have any wild animal attacking us, yet we are stressed and anxious, right? We have nobody coming and beating us up, yet we are stressed and we are in this constant state of fear and anxiety. And when we are able to constantly take care of ourselves every single day, even if it's for a few minutes, it helps us to manage our stress in a better way. And above all, it gives us a lot of energy and motivation, not just physically, physically, mentally, emotionally, in all ways. And when there is motivation, energy, there is fulfillment in life. We are able to enjoy each day in a very effortless manner, right? Now let's move to the next one. I'll talk a little about the importance of self-nourishment. Like how we need to clean our house every day, right? What happens when we don't clean the house? Have you observed when our helpers, domestic helpers, don't turn up and say, or we don't clean it for days together? Do you see those layers of dust and dirt accumulating in the house? That's exactly what stress does to us. If we tend to accumulate stress every single day, by the end of today, at the end of the day, we will always accumulate some part of stress that we've built through the day. And if we are not cleaning that, if we are not clearing that on a regular basis, on in a consistent manner, it forms layers and layers of stress, and that becomes burnout. So when you're able to give yourself short bursts of rest, you give yourself an opportunity to clear that stress. Because without that rest, the body, the mind, and the emotions, they all will crash. They all will hit a threshold someday, right? And nourishing yourself, giving yourself that me time gives your body and mind ample rest. It energizes yourself. It helps you build connection with yourself. And once we feel connected with ourselves, we are also able to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Okay. So, from all of the responses and the conversations, I understand that yes, we all want to have that me time, right? And we are waiting to get some time off for ourselves. But who's stopping us? Have we wondered? Is there somebody telling me, Kokila, do not take the time off for yourself? You don't deserve it. No, right? So many a times it is our own mind, it is our own conditioning, our own mental blocks that don't let us get that time for ourselves or make that time for ourselves. And some of the common factors are guilt, scarcity of time, overcommitment, and pressures. And since childhood, the way we have been raised or conditioned is to always have that guilt conscious inside of us. We've been conditioned in such a way, the society has conditioned us in such a way that we always are taught to give importance, give preference, and give attentions to others before, even when we know that we need attention to ourselves. Doing something for others has been greatly appreciated, and nothing wrong in that. As I said before, it's very important that we fill our cup first. Then we have something to give to somebody. Time scarcity. How many of us have, I've experienced this in the past, where I'll say, okay, I have a deadline. I have something, a big project to finish. I'm going to finish everything. And only then I'm going to take rest towards the end. How many of us have experienced this or thought about it? Yes, yes. Me too, me too. I've thought about that in the past as well. And what would happen is by the end of the project or the deliverable, I'd be too exhausted to even take care of myself. You know? So it's very important that we train ourselves to give small breaks, give short rests and recovery periods. And only then we have the energy to take ourselves the long way. So one of the other aspects is overcommitment, right? We want to take on everything. We want to take on so much of expectations that we set upon for ourselves that If at this moment, if I can take up only three responsibilities, but I would take on six. So what happens is we ourselves are putting that unrealistic expectation and undue pressure on ourselves. So at this moment, I just want to pause and I just want to check in with everybody. What is getting in your way of spending time with yourself, from spending time with yourself? Is it guilt? Take a moment, take a nice deep breath, and just reflect on this question. What is getting in your way from spending time with yourself, from taking care of yourself? Lack of time, self, overcommitment, and guilt. Yes. Time and responsibility, inertia, overcommitment. Yes. And do you see that? We are not alone here. We are not alone here. We are all in this together. And just sometimes just being aware of what is stopping us helps us to take that first step, helps us to work on it. All right. Okay, now here we come. Sustainable self-care techniques. So the core of this whole session is this. We are all here because I'm sure you don't want to hear more gyan about me time. No, you all want to know, okay, what do I do about it? Right? How do I improve the quality of my life? How do I give myself more rest? How do I prioritize myself here? So I'll talk about very simple tools. Like I said, uh, you can take your day offs, you can plan nice big holidays. They all help us reset and rejuvenate. You can have a spa day. Along with that, it's very important that we learn the techniques and tools to take care of ourselves on an everyday basis, on a regular basis. Do you remember the example that I gave about cleaning the house? How it's important for us to clean our space every day? Likewise, it's very important that we clean our mind, reset our mind on a daily basis. So there's this concept of 2-minute resets. So two aspects we'll talk about here, and then I will take off the screen because let's do an activity where we are all actually able to practice these micro breaks. So one aspect is practicing taking micro breaks in your day. And the second aspect is setting safe and clear boundaries. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing the screen now so that you will be able to see me and we can do an activity here. All right. Okay, so I was talking about micro breaks. These are short bursts, short breaks of rest and recovery that we can practice through the day. Whenever you feel in the middle of your work, before you get on to an important presentation, it's very important that because when we are in that state of rest and recovery is when we perform better, we feel better. We have higher confidence in ourselves. So the first tool is breath. Breath is so natural to us, right? We were all born with breath. That is the first thing we did was to breathe when we were born. And nobody taught us how to breathe. Nobody gave us instructions. So why not use this power of breath? Actually reset your nervous system and come back with more energy. So there are several breathwork techniques, breathing techniques, that can help us take short bursts of rest and recovery. So there is something called as a box breathing. You must have heard of it. There is box breathing. There is something called as a 4-7-8 technique. And in our own yogic practices, the Indian yogic practices, we've got several breathing techniques. We've got alternate nostril breathing, the Anulom Vilom pranayams, all different types of pranayam. So they all help us to reset the nervous system here. So if you all can take a comfortable position, what we will do is we'll just do a couple of rounds of a breathing technique called as box breathing. Okay, I will help you with the counts and the instructions. You just have to follow me and breathe along. Okay, let's sit comfortably. So in box breathing, we have 4 counts of breathe in, 4 counts of holding the breath gently, 4 counts of breathe out slowly, and 4 counts of holding the breath again. Okay, be as gentle as you can with yourself, because the whole idea of this breathing is to relax. Okay, so all right, so shall we start? Yes? Okay. Gently just relax. And then as I count, breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And relax. Relax your body. Relax the breath. So what does it feel now? How are you feeling now? Feeling sleepy. Okay, okay. Feels good, very light, calm. And you're all just experiencing it. You just experienced that short micro break through your breath. And it's there with you at any time. Stop the rushing thoughts. Wonderful. And shall we try the next tool? Quick and easy one. So next tool is all about movement. You know, the stress sits in our every dimension of our body, right? Stress stores in our body. It stores itself in the breath, and it stores itself in the mind. And when we give micro breaks in the breath, the body, and the mind, we are basically releasing stress at all levels. Okay, so this next activity will require you guys to stand up. If you can stand, wonderful. If you cannot, you can still be seated and do this exercise. Okay, so we're going to do, can you still see me? Yeah, okay, great. So, you know, movement comes very naturally, right? We are also born babies. If you look at babies, they can't stay away from moving. They're constantly moving their hands or legs. And that's what movement helps us to reset the nervous system. So how about we use this natural element of movement to reset and recharge ourselves? Okay, so you can start with gentle stretches and rotations, right? You can start, stand comfortably and then start with the neck rotation. Breathe in and breathe out. Start clockwise. right? Let's do 3 counts each. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's do anti-clockwise. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. Synchronize the rotation with your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. The next is your shoulders. Let's rotate the shoulders clockwise. Breathe in and out. In and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Anti-clockwise. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Moving gently, rotating gently. Breathe in and breathe out. Next is rotating your wrist clockwise as you breathe in and breathe out. And now rotate anti-clockwise. And the last bit of it is you're going to start shaking. Shake your hands. If you can shake your legs, kick your legs and start shaking. Let's start shaking away. Shake off all of that stress. Shake off all of the tiredness, those thoughts. And you're resetting. You're resetting. Every time you shake, you're just going to reset everything. Right? Wonderful. Wonderful. And you all can take your seats. So, how did that feel? So, for people who were feeling sleepy, did it wake you up? Okay. Yes. Yes. Energetic. Yes, it brought in some energy, especially when you start shaking. Right? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Vibrant, less stiffness. Wonderful. All right. Now, coming to the third micro break, the third kind of micro break. It's called as joy trigger. And joy triggers are basically bringing small bursts of joys or happiness in our life. So we'll do one very short activity, right? If you all can simply just close your eyes for a moment and take a nice breath, deep breath, and breathe out. And for a moment, go back and think about something in your past or maybe in the present that brought a lot of happiness to you. Could be an accomplishment, could be a situation, could be something small that you did that made you very happy. Or could be just humor. Maybe somebody cracked a joke and you couldn't help yourself but laugh. Bring back that memory. Think about something that made you very happy, joyful, that made you laugh. And bring that happiness, that joy, that humor onto your face, onto your expressions. And feel yourself smiling with joy, that pleasant feeling on your face. And now coming back to yourself, you may just open your eyes. So, were you all able to bring one element of joy, something that you could recollect? Yes. Yes. What did you feel then? What did it make you feel? One word where you could just describe that feeling? Happy. Yes. Happy and smiling, pleasant. So these are the techniques that will help us whenever we need. And it's within our reach, right? And did you observe as you were doing the breath, the movement, and the joyful trigger? You were actually feeling so connected to yourself. You were spending such good quality time with yourself, isn't it? All right. So I'm just going to take a moment to bring the presentation back. Okay. Can you all see the screen? Yes? Great. All right. So now these are all very simple tools. And it's right there. It's in our pockets. We just need to access them and make that a habit. And the other very important aspect, many times we are not able to give that attention to ourselves because we are not able to draw healthy boundaries. We are not able to say no to people when we really can't do it, when we really can't be there for them. So we feel compelled, right? That takes away a lot of energy from us. So it's very important that we set healthy boundaries. And these boundaries are not walls. Boundaries does not mean that we become rude to somebody. We can be kind, we can be polite, we can be assertive and calm and still create a safe space for us and still be helpful to people around us. Yeah. So see if you can reflect and think about as how you can set healthy boundaries for yourself. Just enough for you to take care of yourself, just enough for you to nourish yourself whenever needed. Okay? All right. Okay, so we've got a very interesting activity now. So, how many of you enjoy eating out at restaurants? Yeah? Yes, you all enjoy eating out in the restaurant. And do you recollect when you go to the restaurant? You like home foods. Wonderful. I like home food too. And when you go out to the restaurant, the first thing they give you is a menu card. So when you look at the menu card, there are so many options you have, so many dishes that you can order based on the mood that you have or whatever you feel like eating that day. So why don't we create a menu for ourselves to take care of ourselves, right? So we call this as me time menu. So we're going to have a quick activity here. So how about we all create a me time menu which has at least one joy trigger, one thing that makes you happy. Could be a memory, could be humor, could be listening to jokes, stand up comedy, right? One thing that makes you happy. One thing that gives you a quick recharge. One of those micro breaks, right? Could be through breathing or movement, exercising. And one item that resets your senses, something that you can do with your five senses. Maybe you like watching nature, watching the sky, watching the rain, maybe listening to some nice music, where you're making use of your five senses. Maybe singing, right? So can you all quickly type in one joy trigger, one quick reset, micro break, and one sensory reset? How would you create Your me time menu. Being alone, yes. Solitude, yes, that can be very rejuvenating. Singing, okay. And bring it on. This is your space. So you can share whatever that you want to share here. Walk in nature, playing, reading books, painting, joy trigger, watching comedy, nature and singing, wonderful. Taking a walk and trekking, beautiful. You see, we just created laugh, yes, watching nature and music. So you created your own me time menu here. So now, whenever you feel you need a break, we don't have to search, right? You have it right there with you. Listening to jokes, time spent with friends, watching the rain, playing games, wonderful. Wonderful. So it's very important that we create this. This is our toolkit, and we create this toolkit so that anytime in the middle of the day or end of the day we want to access, we should be able to access. So what you can do is after the session is complete, maybe you can take a moment and just write down all the things that bring joy to you, all the things that will help you give a quick recharge, and all the things that you enjoy with your sensory perceptions. You can paste it somewhere, maybe on your desk or in your room at home. And anytime where you feel you want access, you have it right in front of you. Okay? Wonderful. All right. So, you know, the importance of me time comes when we are able to connect with ourselves. So, this body, this mind, what we have is a precious gift to us from the nature. And the more we connect with ourselves, the more we love ourselves and commit to ourselves, the more we become capable of taking care of ourselves. The more self care becomes very effortless to us. Okay? So, all of us will just spend a couple of minutes with a small reflection exercise. So, if I can request everybody to sit comfortably, if you have phones or any distraction, if you can keep it aside for 2 minutes. And then we'll do a small exercise where we can form a deep connection or bond with ourselves. And that can be the greatest me time for us, isn't it? Yeah? Okay. Let's all sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a couple of nice, easy breaths. Okay. As you close your eyes, you may have a lot of thoughts coming in. You may have many to-do lists coming in. Let them come, let them be there. You don't need to do anything about it. Okay. So sit in a way that makes you feel relaxed and supported, and keeping your eyes closed. So let's begin by arriving in this moment. Take a slow, deep breath in and gently exhale through your mouth. Allow your body to begin to soften. Let go of the day behind you and all those to-do lists ahead. This is your space. And this moment is for you, only you. Now bring your attention to your body. Notice where you feel supported. Your seat, your back, the feet on the floor, and simply observe all the sensations without any judgments. Now bring your attention to your breath. Let your breathing be natural and easy. Inhale and exhale. Feel that rhythm with you. Inhale and exhale. Your breath is your anchor right now. Now, in your imagination, begin to build your own sacred space, a safe space that is just for you. In the imagination of your mind's eye, build your own safe and sacred space that is only for you. The space can be real or it can be a fantasy. It can be a sunlit room, a quiet garden, a cozy corner, a beach, a forest, anywhere you feel safe, calm, and truly yourself. Breathe in and breathe out. Now visualize the space in detail. What do you see? What do you hear? And what do you feel? Let the space hold you without judgments, without expectations, and without any rules. In the safe, sacred space, you don't need to perform, give, or prove anything here. You are just yourself, and that is enough. This is your me time space, a space to come home to yourself. In this space, ask yourself softly, what do I need right now? What do I need right now? And listen with compassion, not pressure. Maybe it's rest, joy, stillness, or release. Allow your inner self to know and tell yourself, I hear you. I am here for you. And I give you the permission to relax. Breathe in and breathe out slowly, feeling completely relaxed, rested, and rejuvenated. Take one more deep breath in and exhale slowly. Now feel your body again and supported and grounded. Slowly bring your attention to the room around you, to my voice. Wiggle your fingers and toes and bring gentle movement to your body. And when you're ready, softly open your eyes with a smile. Are we all back? Back to this room? How did that feel? How did that connection feel? Did it feel relaxing? Did it feel rejuvenating? And your me time? Did it feel reassuring that your me time is right here with you? And this is something that you can access anytime, in any way. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kokila. That was a wonderful session. Amazing insights into how we can find some time for ourselves, and especially the example, the activity that we did with filling the cup, actually had a great impact, right? As long as your cup is empty, we can't give others anything from our side, right? So that was a very great reflection. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our wonderful audience today. They've been interactive throughout, and they've answered, they've asked a lot of questions. Thank you so much for taking the time to join our session today and making it a great success. We're also coming up with another wonderful session next week. Please take a moment to register for our upcoming sessions. I'll just post the registration link here and join us on our next session as well. With this, I would like to take leave from all of you. We hope you have a great weekend. We hope you find time for yourself this weekend, recharge yourselves. Thank you again, Dr. Kokila. Thank you, Akshita, for being with us today. And that's it from our side.
Thank you so much. Thank you all and have a great weekend.
Thank you so much.